The rise of the Ottoman Empire. What if I told you that one of the most powerful empires in history began with just a small group of warriors on the edge of collapse? No massive army, no vast land, just ambition, strategy, and perfect timing. How did this tiny state rise to dominate 3 continents and strike fear into Europe for centuries? This is the story of the rise of the Ottoman Empire. Let's go back to the late 1200s. The once mighty Seljuk Empire in Anatolia is falling apart. Mongol invasions have shattered stability, leaving behind chaos and small rival states called beyliks. In this confusion, survival is everything. And among these small states, one begins to stand out, led by a man named Osman. Osman I wasn't a king of a great empire. Not yet. He was the leader of a modest tribe. But what he had was something more powerful, a clear vision. Instead of fighting other Muslim states, Osman focused on weakening Byzantine territories nearby. These lands were rich, but poorly defended. He attracted warriors, known as Ghazis, who believed they were fighting a holy mission. This gave his army not just numbers, but motivation. Small victories turned into bigger ones, and slowly, Osman's territory began to grow. After Osman's death, his son Orhan took over. And this is where things really changed. Orhan captured the city of Bursa in 1326. This wasn't just another victory. It became the first major Ottoman capital. Now they weren't just a group of fighters. They were becoming a real state. Orhan also introduced something revolutionary: a more organized army and government system. This allowed the Ottomans to grow faster and more efficiently than their rivals. Here's where things get even more surprising. Instead of staying in Asia, the Ottomans crossed into Europe. How opportunity! The Byzantine Empire was struggling with internal conflicts, and the Ottomans took advantage. By the mid-1300s, they had secured a foothold in the Balkans. This move changed everything. Now, the Ottomans were no longer a regional power. They were becoming an international force. One of the biggest reasons for their success: innovation. The Ottomans created the Janissaries, an elite group of soldiers trained from a young age. They were disciplined, loyal, and incredibly effective in battle. Unlike feudal armies in Europe, the Ottoman military was highly organized and centrally controlled. This gave them a massive advantage. The fall of Constantinople. Now we reach the moment that shocked the world. In 1453, Sultan Mehmed II set his sights on Constantinople, the heart of the Byzantine Empire. This city had stood strong for over 1,000 years. Many believed it was impossible to conquer, but Mehmed had a plan. Using massive cannons, strategic positioning, and relentless pressure, the Ottomans broke through the walls. After weeks of fighting, Constantinople fell. This wasn't just a victory. It marked the end of the Byzantine Empire and the rise of the Ottomans as a global superpower. So why did the Ottomans rise so quickly? They took advantage of chaos and weak neighbors. They focused on smart expansion, not reckless conquest. They built strong systems, military, political, and economic. And they adapted, using new technology and strategies, from a small tribe on the edge of survival to an empire that reshaped history. The Ottoman rise wasn't luck. It was strategy, timing, and vision. And it all started with one simple question. What can we build when the world around us is falling apart? If you enjoyed this story, imagine what other hidden histories are waiting to be uncovered.